How's it going, everybody? It is Jaku, and I've got my friend Walter here. He just right now came back from YCS Tacoma, where he finished top 16, right?
Yeah.
Yeah? How was it? How was the whole thing?
It was pretty crazy. You could tell that everybody was trying to play Nekroz when you got into the event. It kind of reminded me of that one shouldn't jump with when Airblade Turbo was legal, and it pretty much meant that if you got the deck and you knew how to play it, you would top. I felt like it was kind of the same with this YCS.
I remember seeing actually on for day one on Swiss. You actually ended up finishing with what was it, like X2 record or like X1?
It was. I finished 7-1.
You finished 7-1. Yeah, because you were like tied for first place with another two people.
Yeah. Oh no. I mean, for Swiss, it was 10 rounds. It was 9-1. Day one, I finished 7-1.
Okay, cool. Well, anyways, you want to go ahead and get right into your deck, Nekroz, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, so you play 3 Bria, standard, 3 Unicore, still standard, 3 Valkyries. This is the best card in the mirror match. Even against Burning Abyss, this is what makes the deck so good, because that means Burning Abyss can't kill you with monsters, and they have to try to kill you with traps. So they're not going to OTK you through Valkyries. It's just like so Scarecrow.
Yeah, basically.
It does so much in the mirror match. It lets you clear your field, so you don't get Trishula, and well, it prevents you from dying. This is like the best card. Also, 2900 is ridiculous attack since it runs over all the Cliffords under skill drain. That's pretty good.
That's funny.
Then only one
Colossus,
yeah.
one Gungnir, and one Trishula.
Colossus, since all the mirrors have their effects that you banish from the graveyard and you get to search another one, you only really want to see 1 or maybe 2 mirrors at the beginning, and after that you can search the rest of them. So one Colossus is just as a part of the engine, so you can so Brionic and Prisoner Rights can give you access to the mirrors. Other than that, I never really missed the second Colossus. I think once enough. I never really want to draw like too many mirrors too. Trishula, just one of is enough. Its discard effect is really good, and obviously its banishing effect is really good, but everybody always plays around it. So when you want it, you can just search it. You don't really want to draw it when you don't want it. And same with Gungnir, except I almost never want to summon Gungnir, unlike Trishula, and I almost never want to draw him either, so I've considered dropping him, but its protection effect is probably the most relevant one, and also the Clifford matchup. Summoning like Gungnir first turn and having like a hand of Nekroz is really good, because you can use its effect to pop Scout, or you can, at the end phase, you can pop their set cards just to try to kill as many traps as you can as possible. Because against Clifford, the traps is what kills you. The monsters just can't kill you, because these monsters are a lot better than Cliffords.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, also I play 3 Manju, 3 Senju. It's just really good. You almost always want to open up one of these guys, because if you open any of these and any way to search either Ritual Spell or Unicore, you open up with the Djinn Lock. So when you start off with your opponent not special summoning, it's often an auto win. And I played 2 Shrit and 1 Sorcerer. Well, the 2 Shrits, it's really good, obviously, because it just lets you tribute summon and it lets you search. It kind of reminds me of Atlantean Dragoons back in Murmur format, because you use it as a cost and it just pluses you back. But a lot of people like playing 3. I think 3 is too much, because it's like a combo card. It doesn't do anything by itself, and it makes your good hands better and your bad hands worse. And same with Sorcerer, but this was kind of like my last minute inclusion. I was playing 40 cards and this was my 41st card. I didn't want to go over 40 because I felt like when I power shuffled, if my opponent counted 40, they would know that I'm playing Nekroz immediately. But I just threw it in anyways, because I figured I liked the fact that it was level 4 and it was searchable, which let you make Abyss Dweller against Burning Abyss a lot more easily. And it also makes the Djinn Lock more consistent if you don't draw one of the level 4s. And it's really good in the mirror match, because when you tribute it to someone like something like Valkyries, you can search another spellcaster like Unicore or another Valkyries. And like I said, Valkyries is what wins you the mirror matches. And when it's banished for like a mirror, it lets you dump like Nekroz from the graveyard, which can be like straight. Then the one Djinn lock is just ridiculous.
It's real.
Yeah, it makes it unfortunate because the mirror matches should be really skilled, but this card just kind of like destroys that. This is like an auto.
Yeah, you're right about that. You win.
Maxi. This was for the mirror match and for Burning Abyss.
You win.
Yeah, it's just Maxi is really good. It helps you dig into your deck, and I see it as a nod to the Djinn lock too, because if you Maxi them when they start it, they have to give you, they make you draw 3 cards, so you start at a plus, and you start deeper into your deck. So when you draw 3 new cards, and then you draw for turn, you should, that will make you draw into a now to the lock. Even if it's not that turn, maybe you stall for like 1 more turn or like 2 turns, then that should give you the out to the Djinn lock. And then if it doesn't happen, then it didn't happen.
I'm paying 90 for my box.
Then I play 2 of each mirror. A lot of people play 3 Nekroz mirror, 2 cycle, and 2 kaleidoscope. But I like the 2-2-2.
It feels more balanced for you that way?
Yeah, and like I said, you don't really want to open too many mirrors. So I didn't want to play 7, and a lot of people just play 1 cycle and they play the 3 mirrors. But I think Cycle is really good. It helps you play around Mind Crush, because when you activate it, they have to Mind Crush the monsters, because if they Mind Crush the mirrors, you're just gonna search another one. And if you activate Cycle, they can't even Mind Crush the monsters because you can summon it from the graveyard after you discard it. Also, it's just really good in the late game, and it's really good to summon Trishula multiple times. Oh, one more thing, Kaleidoscope in the YCS, since the wording says that you send a monster from the extra deck, and also after that, they ruled it so that if you activate this and the opponent changes Lightning's Emptiness, you still have to send a monster, which meant that you could send the Herald even after Emptiness and you would get a search.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I mean that's
broken.
Yeah, I mean that card a lot better.
They don't need nothing else.
Also, 3 Preparation of Rights. This is best top deck. It's ridiculous. 3 MST. A lot of people didn't want to play 3 MST because it's dead against the mirror match, and the mirror match is the best deck. But since YCS Tacoma was the first event with this deck, I figured that
you're probably going to be running into a lot of non-Nekroz decks at the same time.
Yeah, because not a lot of people would have it, and also because somebody said, I read somewhere that when talking about the mirror match, somebody said that at the beginning of the format, since a lot of people would be new to the deck, and it wouldn't be like you wouldn't win most games because you would have a perfect build, is that you would win most games because you were playing the deck correctly. So I just thought that if I practice the deck enough, even if I drew like a dead MST in the mirror match, I would try to overcompensate with skill, so that even if I started at -1 because I had MST, the fact that I was more skilled than my opponent would kind of make me win in that mirror match. So that's why I chose to play mirror MST anyways. So I played 1 Reiki Key, 1 Dark Hole, Book Moon, Celestial. These are all
just to answer monsters and stuff your opponent had, right?
Yeah, mainly the Djinn lock though. These are my answers to the Djinn lock. And
yeah, I can see that.
They can also answer Vanity's Emptiness. Well, Dark Hole Regeki by killing the monsters and turning off Emptiness. Book of Moon because I could Book of Moon a monster and like try to run over it. Or against Clifford, like when they have the equip, you just book it and then the equip goes away and they lose. Celestial, well, it doesn't directly answer Emptiness, but it could, like when I steal a monster. It's answer to the Djinn lock because when they summon Klausulas,
it's like you do all the hard work, now I take it.
No, actually, you know, if you snatch to the Djinn, I'm still under the Djinn lock. It doesn't become my opponent isn't under the Djinn lock anymore.
Oh, okay.
It's just a TCG. But you can steal the level 3 Klausulas, and you can turn it to attack and attack into level chain, and that's how you have pretty much.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
That was the main deck. It was 41. So, when I power shuffled, actually, so they wouldn't know that I'm playing 41. I would go like this, and then halfway through I would get 2 cards at once and set them as 1, just so they wouldn't know that I'm playing 40. That was my biggest concern, playing 41.
Okay, alright then.
For the extra deck, I played 2 Arc Light. You send it to someone Unicorn, you get a search.
Mainly for Kaleido Mirror, right?
Yeah, it's really good.
Okay.
I saw one guy playing Mathematician in Globe Wolf, and he actually made it against me, and he attacked for game because he blocked my Valk with this effect. It was pretty good. I played Goyo just to summon Brio. just a level 6. Leo's level 10 because you
Decisive armor, or
no, I actually didn't play Decisive Armor. I felt like I didn't need to because Decisive Armor is like going near Trishula. You don't really want to see it. You want to search for it. But then I don't really think it's worth it. Like, it won't win me as many games by searching it as it will by me drawing, as it will lose me games by me dead drawing it. So I just didn't play it. This is so you can summon Unicorn and Bria at the same time. Because Kaleido Mirror allows you to summon multiple rituals with one cost, as long as they add up to the same cost. So Brio and Unicorn is really strong against Burning Abyss, because it allows you to normal summon a level 4 afterwards, and you can make Abyss Dweller, which turns Brownic into 2800 attack. And also you can use Abyss Dweller and shovel back like 2 Dantes, and anything under it won't get its effect. So that was a really strong play. Usually if you resolve that, you usually just win because it's so strong. Star Eater, which is 4+7 or 3+10. Actually, 4+7, yeah, that's it. Just in case, Quasar, some people play 2. I think I'm gonna play 2 in the future. Because you like, the good play with Quasar is that you summon Unicorn and Valkyries in the mirror match, so you can just attack for a lot and just draw 2 and clear your field. I never actually used it though, so.
Oh, okay.
I would play 2 though, because it does come up to where you sometimes in 2. 1 Raspberry is for the mirror match. You banish all their spells and then you distribute them off for Valkyries. Gaga Cowboy. I actually won like 2 or 3 games with Cowboy. Oh, it lets you OTK Clifford because when they pay 800, if they pay 800 and you can summon Trishula to banish their monster, Unicorn and Manju or Senju, and you attack with everything directly. Maybe it's 2 Gaga Cowboys exactly game. I did that twice against Clifford in my first round, and I just FTK'd him both games. It was pretty dumb.
Broken.
Yeah. Vizoler is really good against
It's just the meta in general, it's good.
Yeah, it's just really good, especially because it makes everything game 500 attack. Emerald. In the mirror match, it's often whoever runs out of resources loses first, and Emerald lets you not run out of resources, so it's really good. Level Chain for the Ginlock, and a really good combo with Level Chain is you summon Valkyries and the Unicorn and the level 4 to make a Level Chain, and then you put something, any monster on top of the Level Chain, and then you use Valkyries to tribute them both and draw 2, so you draw into the monster. You're essentially just searching any monster in your deck. I did that a couple times to search Kaiku in the mirror match, and it was just game after that. Because since Kaiku stops Valkyries, it's just game. 1 Exoton Knight, just Exoton. Castella, another staple. Ragnar Zero for Clifford, and Crazy Vox for Clifford for when they make when they have Skill Drain, I can just have something to beat them with. That's a side deck. So for the side deck, I played 2 Flying C for Burning Abyss. I might not play it in the future, but since it was the first YCS, I still wanted something for I still wanted to play it, even though since the matchup is so skewed in your favor anyways, you won't need it in the future. 2 Denkoseka against background heavy decks, just really good. 2 Kaiku. This card is like the best in the mirror match. They can't Valkyries when you have it because they can't banish cards from the graveyard. They can't use the mirrors from their graveyard, and you banish monsters from their graveyard when it inflicts damage. Also, they can't use Trishula because they need to have targets in the hand, field, and graveyard, and they can't banish it. And you can protect it with Valkyries. You can search it with the Level Chain Valkyries combo. It's just really good. 1 Dark Hole against the Genlock and just in general. 2 Twister and 3 Fairy Wind against Floodgate decks and against Clifford pretty much. And 3 Vanities, Emptiness. This card is the best card in the mirror match. Every time I drew it, I won. It was just insane. I don't know. I didn't see much people playing it. I don't know why this card was crazy. Yeah.
When you see much people, you mean like other Nekroz decks, or?
Yeah, all my opponents, they weren't citing Emptiness and Kaiku. They were all citing Shared Right and Mind Crush, and those cards are really easy to play against.
So basically, you shut them out, whereas other players are just letting the people do their moves at the same time.
Yeah, I played.
Okay, I can see that.
I played 4 mirror matches, and out of the 4 mirror matches, I only lost 1 game, and that was a game 1 where the opponent opened up the Genlock, and I activated Max C, and I didn't draw into any of my outs throughout the game. I drew like another Max C and like a bunch of MSTs, so that was 1 game out of 9. So I feel pretty good with the mirror match because of these cards.
I think you probably made the better choice in deciding to go ahead and lock out your opponents than anything, because the benefit of being able to just lock them out is that they can't do anything. So they are literally stuck with a lot of good cards in their hand. Whereas if you let the opponent play and get advantage off of it, well, if your opponent is able to lock you as a result, then it doesn't matter how much advantage they have. If they can't use their hand, it's dead. So,
yeah,
okay,
and
that makes sense.
also, a lot of people were playing Book of Eclipse throughout the Digilock. I thought that Dark Hole and Reikeki, the mass removal, was just better, even if they have a Gungnir, because most of the time they won't have a Gungnir, and if they happen to open Digilock and Gungnir, and then your out doesn't out it, then I mean, how often is that gonna happen? It's just you just lost. But these cards also help out Vanity's Emptiness, and they help out the other fiends easier, because a lot of people, when I would have fields of like Kaiku Emptiness, and they would activate Book of Eclipse and try to run over my Kaiku, but then I would just have Valkyries, and they would just let me plus when it flips at the end phase. And I thought I felt Book of Eclipse was really weak. I might play it in the future, but for this event, I didn't think it was the right choice. I thought the match removal was the right choice. So that's something.
Well, you managed to go ahead and go top 16 in this thing, so obviously you know something about this game.
Yeah.
But how were your matches in general? Like, you did go to top 16, but like, how was the road to get there?
I started out. I played round 1 against Cliff Forsyth, FC Cannibal Games. Round 2, I played against Destiny Hero, and against Destiny Hero, game 1 he opened up with like Dark Law, Void Ogre Dragon, Vanity's Emptiness, and like other back row. And I mean, I just lost. Like, whoa, I just couldn't do anything. I won game 2, and I wasn't in a really good position in game 3, but time got called because he was actually reading all my cards because he didn't know what they did. And time got called, and I tried to beat him. I tried to get him down life points, but I couldn't. I just couldn't do enough damage, and he ended up taking the game in time. Even though I was in like a really strong position. Then after that, that was round 2. I lost round 2. After that, I just went undefeated. I played against one more Clifford. I played against Yosenju. I played against Shadow. I played against 4 mirror matches. I played against another Burning Abyss, who was Sahabi, the world champion.
Oh, you played Sahabi, awesome.
Yeah, and
how was that? I'm just curious now.
I mean, he was playing Burning Abyss, so it was a really favorable matchup, and it was just kind of easy. It was unfortunate because I know he would have played probably Nekroz if he could have, but he was playing Burning Abyss, so it was just Nekroz being Nekroz.
I heard Patrick Coben also played Burning Abyss for the event, right?
Yeah, it's probably for the same reason. I heard that they just couldn't get Nekroz in time.
Yeah, I would imagine they would probably play Nekroz if they could.
Yeah, the deck's just insane.
Okay. And how was your day 2 experience after that?
Actually, I played Sahabi day 2. I played
okay.
Another guy who was undefeated up until that point. He was playing also Nekroz. Then top 32, I played another Burning Abyss. And top 16, I played Draft. In Draft, I was pretty happy with my deck because I actually like playing Draft for fun. I have like a Draft cube of the Battle Pack, and we like to play for fun. And so I was really happy because I'm comfortable in Draft. So I'm pretty happy with my deck, and I go on my first matchup. I win game 1. Because my opponent was playing a lot of equipped cards, and well, I think equipped cards suck. Not to take anything away from my opponent, but I just really don't like equipped cards. And I beat him because he minus himself 1 with an equipped card. So I'm going into game 2, I'm pretty happy because I see that he's playing equipped, so I'm like, okay, I got this. I'm playing a lot of damage type cards, which are pretty good. And I draw my cards. I have a really bad hand, so I ask if I can mulligan shuffle, since in Draft you're allowed to mulligan shuffle. So I start shuffling my hand back into my deck, and they tell me, oh no. You're not supposed to actually shuffle your hand into your deck. You're just supposed to put it at the bottom and like draw a new hand. And I was just sitting there like an idiot, like, oh my god, I just did this. I should have like asked exactly how I should have done it. Like, I should have known the rules for Draft, and they gave me a game loss. So I'm like, okay, I still got this. I can win game 3. In game 3, I open and I have 5 monsters. So I asked if I can mulligan shuffle. They allowed me to, since the one you're allowed only 1 per match, and it was a procedural error, so they allowed me to make it to do it again. And I did it, and I drew 5 spells and traps, and I just didn't draw any monsters, and I lost.
So you got screwed one way, and then you tried to save yourself, and you just got screwed another way.
Yeah, I mean, that was really unfortunate because I think I could have made it farther.
And it happens. It's one of the components of this game is just luck. If you like just get screwed like that, sometimes you really can't help it.
Yeah, it was still pretty good though. I made top 16. I'm pretty happy with that.
What would you say is probably like the best game that you had, or like the best experience while at the YCS?
The best game or the best experience? It was probably I had a feature match, and that was really fun because we were me and my opponent were joking around. He was a really cool guy. His name was Renell G. Yeah, shout out to him. That was a really fun experience. I've never had a feature match. That was pretty cool.
Okay, cool. Well, I'll go ahead and I'll see if I can find it, and I'll leave a link in it for the description down below. But, alright, well, thanks again for being here and everything. So, top 16, there's a little mat there for proof. And yeah, so, safe to say Nekroz is the best deck right now?
Yeah, one more thing, shout out to Michael. He didn't make it to the event, but if he would have probably topped. Shout out to Andrew. He let me borrow the whole deck, well, most of the whole deck. Some of it was also from Alex. Shout out to him. He let me borrow Bria. And yeah, shout out to Tennessee Games.
The place that we're at right now. So.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Well, thanks a lot again for doing this interview with me right now. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
Alright, everyone. Take care. See you all next time. This has been Jaku. Catch you guys later.